Well, hey, hi everybody. Hi Lori. Hi Melanie.
Hi guys,
we
how
are
are you
live
today?
again. Sorry about the late start. I had 2 weeks off. They had to retrain me again. Boy,
Yeah, we'll fix it this time, Steve.
yeah, we got an interesting show. One, the GPRS foster has puppies. Two, she lives in an area of the country that we got proof people live there now. Okay.
Well, at least some dogs do anyways, right?
yeah. And and I'm proof that people can live out in the cornfields. So
Oh, there you go. Yep.
But and then you've got a dog you're going to be featuring today, right, Lori?
I do. Yep. Miss
And
Ember.
we're going to actually, during the countdown timer, I got to see something amazing. We'll probably get to see it during the show. Melanie getting kisses from her dog.
Oh. Mel, I love the hair again. It's so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is cool. Is that natural color?
Yeah.
Yes, this is what color it grows all on its own.
You went back to your natural color of purple, huh?
Yeah. Well, I hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving. We had a couple of weeks off showing some reruns, so it's nice to be back live, seeing some faces and some available puppies. So hopefully we can find them some perfect homes.
Yeah, we thought for a minute we was going to have to rerun this show, either that or you were going to know everything that there was ever needed to know about a Newfoundland. Right?
That's right. That's right. Yep.
But Cheryl pulled through. She's a GPRS foster. She has actually 3 of the L litter puppies, Lainey, Laramie, and Laredo. But Laramie is adopted. So and we don't have video for her because this was all done in the last minute. So what I'm going to do is I have a video that we're going to play. Everybody remember Judd and Journey? Yeah, and you got to remember them. They were hugging each other on the show last time they were on. Well, it's appearing, okay, Journey was adopted. Judd was up there by himself with Jamie. It looks like I'm reading he got adopted. But he's still with Jamie is all. The adopter hadn't been able to take possession yet. So that being said, we're going to play their little video while we bring Cheryl up, okay? So here we go. And I was always worried about when those two got separated, how that would go. Well, when Journey left, Judd could care less.
Awesome.
That's how it went. Hi, Amber. You see Peanut's still in the countdown timer. So we got to get him adopted either by you or by somebody else. So we got to remember Peanut. Rena said hi in her comments, and hi, Rena. Rena's the one that contacted Cheryl and got Cheryl on at the last minute. So,
there we go. Nice. Thank you, Rena.
And hopefully we'll be able to get to see puppies instead of you. No offense. Right?
We got a few other comments in the thanks, Steve. My sister Denise. Hi, Denise. Thank you. And then Kathleen is going to be Ember's new mom. So
Ember. Okay.
Yep. So since we planned on putting her on the show, we did the home check for Kathleen, and passed with flying colors, and she's adopted from Kathy and TMP prior. So once Ember gets vetted next week, she'll be going the day after Christmas to her new home.
Wow, that's so
Yeah,
awesome. Now,
news. But TMP still has a few other dogs that need adoption. So always stay tuned for TMP, and we've always got dogs available.
And what does TNP stand for?
TMP is That Newfoundland Place, which is located in Coventry, Connecticut. This is Kathy's crew sweatshirt, helping TMP. Kathy passed away a year ago in June of last year. So those of you who are tuning in for the first time, Kathy was an earth angel, taking care of Newfoundlands and always finding the perfect home for any of the dogs we brought in. So we are trying to keep her legacy going, finding as many Newfoundlands good homes as we can possibly find.
What that tells me is Kathy's still taking care of Newfoundlands, just from a different location is all.
That's exactly right, Steve. Thank you. Yep. My sister Leslie. Hi, Les. Yes, Bills. Go Bills.
Leslie's your sister?
Yep, that's my sister. Yep, she's a travel agent. She's down in Florida. Her husband was a Marine for 30 years. Thank you for your service, Brent. So,
all right.
Well,
we got puppies.
We do. Yay.
Look at this. We got puppies. It looks like one of them wants to eat their house, or they're actually moving that house too, trying to eat it. Puppies will be puppies, right, Cheryl?
That's right. Now, I put that out there while we were on the timer. So
I was going to say, when you gave me the tour, I didn't see that out there before.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I had already taken down another box. That's that one I showed you over there in that pen that was torn up because they'd completely torn it up. So I had another one that food was delivered in, and so I just cut some holes in it and put it out there for them.
All right. And now you're in Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
And you're sitting on a lot of property too.
Well, just 90 acres. That's not much around here.
Somehow we keep getting moved around here. There. That's not you, is it, Melanie?
I wonder if it's when I'm muting my mic, because I feel like that's when it's moved, but I just assumed you were moving things around.
No, it happened a couple of weeks ago too when we were live.
Yeah. Last time Lori was on, we had a ghost in here again.
And it's not Lori. My hands are on my lap and rubbing Ember so she doesn't take off.
And Melanie's got both her peers right there, the little black and white one and the white one.
Yep, there you go. Yep.
Now, Cheryl, let's go back to the puppies. We got time here, okay? Our next dog is adopted already, so we got time. We can goof off, or we can have a short show. Doesn't matter. Now, we advertised 2 puppies coming on, Laramie and Laney. No, Laredo and Laney.
And Laredo.
There's a right in there. What's up with that?
I'm sorry,
they were blast back there.
Yeah, they're having a good time playing that box.
How old are they, Cheryl?
They are 10 weeks old. They're 10 and a half. They're supposed to be about 11 weeks old on Wednesday. They were actually dropped off at an animal shelter in Corsicana, and there were 6 of them, and they were left there. And so we really don't know their birth date. So I think they were guesstimating somewhere around September 24th, which would make them about 10 and a half weeks old right now.
Boy, they look a little bigger than that. They look like they could be older, but.
Oh, let me tell you, Laramie, the one that's, you see that one's got a hold of the other one's tail. Laramie, the one that's being adopted, I mean, I've been calling her Chunky Monkey. She is over 15 pounds. And Laney is right under her at 14 something pounds. But the little one, Laredo, she's a little more petite. She's the one on the left side of the box. She's a little more petite, and she's 5 pounds less than Laney, so 6 pounds less than Laramie.
They are really cute.
And big.
Yeah.
They are.
So now, do they have the classic double dews and Are they good with other? Have they been around any other dogs besides their siblings yet?
Yes, they've been around my dogs, which my dogs are about 60 pounds each. And to answer your first question, Laredo, the little petite one, she's the only one that does not have double dews. She has a single dew, but Laramie and Laney both have double dews.
Okay.
So, and they have been around other dogs. They were around my dogs, and then there's my husband has 2 beagles that are just now a year old this month that he's going to be using for rabbit hunting. And they seem to circle. They're having fun just chasing each other around this 10 by 10 and barking. So it's entertainment for the puppies.
Oh,
But
good.
my girls have been around them. Yeah. And then we had an 8-year-old male peer that I was fostering from Pure Paws and Fluffy Tails here in Oklahoma. And he got adopted, and, they were around him a little bit. Then he just sniffed them, and they just looked at him, with awe because he was 103 pounds and they were little. but yeah, so far they've been good.
How long have you had them, Cheryl?
I want to say I got them this first part of October. I've had them maybe a month now.
Oh, wow. So they were only a few weeks old when you got them.
They've guesstimated about 6 weeks old.
Okay.
That wouldn't be right. 6. Yeah. So maybe I've only
What
had them a
happened to
couple
their
weeks. I don't
mama?
know. They don't know. They were dropped off. They were just left at the animal shelter, I guess, overnight.
Maggie just told me she can be their mama.
Oh, my
Aw.
land, Steve. What in the world is that thing?
The ugliest dog on the planet. That's what this is.
Oh,
That's got to be the smallest Pyrenees I've ever heard or seen. That's
Well, she's got white in her, so she's got to have peer in there somewhere, right?
right. Yep. Now that gives a
this
whole
my
new
wife.
meaning.
This is my wife's little foo-foo dog.
Okay. Well, I was
Aw.
going to say that gives a whole new meaning to pocket peers.
Yeah.
yeah, really.
She's a little stinker too.
All little dogs usually are. Yep.
Mhm.
And Mel, the cat wants more attention. Come on now.
Yeah, it is. I haven't stopped petting him.
You never know what you're going to see on the rescue show. Just don't
That's
know.
right. Yep.
So these
Now,
girls are getting spayed this coming Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep. Nice.
And then
Now,
probably the
usually,
week after
before
that,
the
Laramie
show,
will.
before the show, you showed me an area of X-Pen inside the house, and because I was asking, do they ever come in the house so they can be transitioned
Right.
to
Oh, yeah.
with an adopter, and you showed me a really nice area
Oh,
that they
yeah.
go.
We keep them here at night.
Oh,
They
nice.
prefer to be outside. So they just stay in here,
Well-
and I've got, a couple blankets in there for them. And they've been very good not to mess on the pee pads that I have in here. They have been
Mhm.
really good. So, I mean, after we take them out after everything they need to do, first thing in the mornings. Of course, sometimes they've messed
Wow.
during the night, but we get up 2 or 3 times during the night to let them out. They're real good at letting us know that they need to go outside.
Wow.
And there's
that's
something
awesome.
that something that a lot of people don't realize when we're watching this. Those dogs are learning. They're learning that those needle teeth actually hurt. Okay, so when you've got a dog that's been through a rescue puppy protocol, you've got a much less chance of you being the squeaky toy with those needle teeth, because they understand, they learn from their siblings that actually hurts. So
When they holler, yes, and
a
they
different
do.
way, like what you're seeing. You're not seeing any mouthing going on there. Well, you might be.
They look like
I
they're
just
just
see
having
3
a
lumps
blast.
in the.
Yep.
They
I
are.
see 3 dogs just having a ball.
Yep, they certainly are. That's awesome.
No, Cheryl, when will they be available? A couple more weeks yet?
Well, from what I was told, because I'm not close to a transport line, they usually go bi-weekly, and so they're going to be spayed Wednesday, and it's my understanding Laramie will be leaving the week after. So they'll be with me
Okay.
another week and a half or two. And I mean, as soon as they're spayed, they're ready. But it'll be 2 or 3 days before they can travel after that.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
So perfect
So they're
home.
ready. People need to.
Go ahead,
Yeah, people
Cheryl.
need to come get these puppies. They need to adopt because they're missing all this cuteness.
Yeah, they are. Missing all
Puppies
that.
are
What they
always
call it, puppy breath.
Yeah.
That's right. And
But
whenever we pick them up and hold them, they're so still.
oh,
You
know,
can
they-
still pick them up and
Oh.
hold them.
Yeah. And by the way, I brush these dogs probably twice a day, just getting the straw out of them. So they're used to being
Yeah, I was
brushed.
gonna.
I'm-
Yeah, they're
I
on
mess with their
straw out
feet.
there as an insulator, and these are
So
Great
I
Pyrenees. They
usually,
got that.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So I usually handle their feet, daily, just so they'll get used to people touching. I flip their ears up and look in there, just so that they can, somebody who adopts them they'll be good at the vet.
perfect.
We call that desensitizing.
Can I throw one thing in real quick? Seeing how
Sure.
it's only a few weeks to Christmas. Let's not get the
Sure.
puppy because they're so cute for a nice Christmas gift, and then have them wind back up somewhere in a few weeks. If we're gonna do puppies, let's make it
Right.
a lifetime commitment for these
Right.
guys, so they go to their forever home, not just a cute little
Right.
holiday gift.
Right. And that's one of the things that rescues
Now, the
pay
one that
close
Laramie-
attention to.
What was
Well,
that,
now
Steve?
Laramie is going to go to.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say Laramie is going to go to a couple in New Jersey that they had an 8-year-old peer that died suddenly of a ruptured spleen this past summer, and they have a 6-month-old husky shepherd mix, and he's
Oh,
missing
boy.
his playmate, and so they are actually getting a replacement for that dog. I mean, she wants this dog so bad. But also, I mean, it's not going to be, and they're retired. Well, they're not retired, but I think they're in their 50s, and their kids are grown. They're empty nesters. That's what I wanted to say. They are
Okay.
empty nesters. And so we're not, young people getting them for our kids and,
Perfect. Good.
going to have something under the tree that's cute. And then, the first of the year comes and they go, wow, this is a lot of food we have to feed. Wow, this is a lot of poop we have to pick up.
Yeah.
Let's face it, right now they're playing, eating, pooping machines.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so she's going to go to a good home, somebody that wants her, and she's going to have a 6-month-old brother named Leo.
Perfect.
Leo. Can you
Nice.
imagine that? You have a 6-month-old husky who has high energy anyway. That one's probably bouncing off the walls, missing his playmate. And now you're going to bring a young Great Pyrenees in there, puppy. They're going to be busy.
Yeah, for
Yes, they are.
sure.
They certainly won't be overweight,
Fortunately-
will they? Through
No, and she works from home, so there should
Oh,
be very
perfect.
little time these dogs are by themselves.
Good.
But it sounds
good.
like they know what they're getting into because they sound confident. And this
Yes.
sounds like the perfect home for this dog.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
does. And yes, and especially since they're used to a pure personality.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. And GPRS, Irina just made that comment because they get a lot of dogs themselves that were Christmas presents. Okay. I don't know how this happens, but I see that Melanie's actually causing it somehow. The ghost of,
I just put the
I
comment.
know, that's called the Ghost of the Rescue Show. How about
It
that?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But Rena's got a very good comment there. They watch this very, very closely because the last thing they're going to do is, number one, contribute to the overpopulation problem. This is why they do pediatric spay and neuters. Okay.
Yep.
And that's not unusual. They do it in France, in the Pyrenean mountain range, just so you know. So they've been doing that for years up there. So there's nothing unhealthy and they don't have dogs drop. Matter of fact, their dogs live longer than ours do. So, But and number two, they're very, very careful on where their dogs go. Okay, and they don't want one of their puppies to be somebody's Christmas gift. That's the wrong reason. All right.
Yep.
Get them a toy, get them a trumpet, get them a guitar, get them a drum set. Don't get them a dog.
Right. Yep.
So and and plus people can slip through the cracks. Don't get me wrong, but I know of one of the rescues. Not I don't think they're all Great Pyrenees. I think they're all breed. They won't even adopt a dog this time of year.
Very smart.
So, yeah, kind of extreme, but especially with intake the way it is right now.
Oh, I know. Every place
A
is
lot of
full.
the larger rescues can't afford not to adopt a dog this time of year.
Right.
But they're going to be very careful at it. All right. And I happen to know for one, GPRS, they're very good at it. So, and they're very, very knowledgeable when it comes to the breed, because anybody that's applied at GPRS knows by the time they're done with their very first phone interview, they've learned something about the breed they didn't know. Okay. These folks are very, very good. So
Perfect.
And they got to get to know you. They're not going to send their dog to a stranger. So
that's
why
good.
you apply.
Yep. And that's
Now,
the same thing we do.
Now, hopefully, we can get some luck with Laramie and Laredo and Laney, right? That's who's left, right, Cheryl?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, look at them sitting there looking in the window now. Mom just went out there, so they're wondering where she went to.
So that's Laney.
I was wondering who it was that went out there.
And that's Laredo. Oh, it was me. I had to go outside because they pooped in the crate, and I tried to get it up as soon as they. Now that's the one that got adopted. I don't know if y'all can see the front.
Yeah, well, I can see helmet head. I got no problem with that.
Yes, they are getting the helmet heads.
They're adorable. All puppies are always cute.
And we got to look at something else too here. We just can't ignore this. Pure content.
I saw that.
No.
Yeah.
Isn't that
What a
beautiful?
100-pound puppy looks like? She's still very puppy, but she
Adorable.
is being puppy right now.
She's beautiful.
She just adopted her. I can't remember her name. Sorry.
Lydia.
Lydia. And you kept her name, right?
Yeah, we kept her name.
Okay,
Aww. She loves her mommy, that's for sure.
Yes, she does.
So, Cheryl, we're going to move on over to Ember here. Can you stay for the show and keep your camera on the puppies?
Sure.
Because that way, if they do something cute, we can make them big again so everybody can see them doing something cute.
There you go. Well, let me get it set up because I'm gonna do something here, and I'll get it set up so you can see the puppies.
Okay. Well, that way we'll make Lori bigger.
Thank you very much, Cheryl.
Okay. Thank you. You're so welcome.
Yeah, when you get your next puppies, you have to come on again.
Okay.
Yeah, this wasn't that hard, was it?
No. I just didn't know what to expect.
And we didn't embarrass you. I hope we didn't anyway.
No.
We prefer to embarrass ourselves before we embarrass a guest, right?
There you go.
And look at Ember. How old's Ember?
Ember, it will be 2 in January.
Quit doing that.
I didn't do anything.
Let's see if what'd you do? Put Ember's link in there. The link you put in for Ember would be an email address, right, Lori?
Yes. Yep.
Be Nancy at that Newfoundlandplace.org.
Sorry. What's that now?
Well, that doesn't mean there's not more dogs.
No, there's not. We've got a couple of males up there right now that need good homes as well. So
and that Newfoundland place does their process a little differently. Can you explain that to the folks?
So we get applications in. They do the home screening. They do everything goes through Nancy. They do the home checks. They do vetting. With everything goes into the Newfoundland system. So any dog that comes in, they have to get vetted. So they're vaccinated, rabies, spay, neuter, everything will be in that Newfoundland place's name. So they're official. And then when they get adopted out, then once the people take ownership, then they switch all the paperwork over to them. But the girls that do the processing and the home visits and all that do a great job. For those of you who are not familiar, that Newfoundland place is in Coventry, Connecticut, and I am in upstate Western New York. So it's about a 6-hour drive difference. So a few years ago, I had a female in, and I adopted her to this area, Maddie, and she is still in the Rochester area doing wonderful. They absolutely adore her. And so most of the dogs that I get in, I think you guys all remember, if you've watched the show in the past, Jelly Bean and Val.
Of course we remember Jelly Bean.
Yep. Jelly Bean is now Clementine, and then Val is Dahlia. So Dahlia's
Clementine
mom
was on not too long ago.
Yep, she certainly was. Yep. So Dahlia's mom, Brooke, she's from New York. So she drove to the house and met Val, stayed overnight in Geneseo, and then came back the next morning and hung out with her a little bit more and then drove home from here. But for the most part, when I get the dogs, I meet part of the transport team, whether it be Chrissy or whoever they get to drive, and we meet somewhere halfway between on the thruway on Route 90. And then
the dogs go to Coventry to be adopted pretty much, right?
Yep. They go through to TMP, and then whoever is taking ownership will meet them there. Kathy always had she has a very large white dog that's in front of their barn that any of the dogs that get adopted always get their picture taken with their new family with the white dog. So it's kind of tradition.
Yeah.
But yep. So
and the white dog, that brings something up here that reminded me that I've got a video for her, but I don't have a way to upload it up here. Okay. Sorry. I mean, I couldn't get it up because Microsoft just did an update and it whacked my local network.
Oh no. Oh
yeah. I've been slowly getting it back. I've got everything back, but that particular drive that Ember's video's on, I'm on the wrong computer to upload it. But you go on. I'm going to go to the other computer and get it uploaded in StreamYard. Duh.
Okay. Go ahead then. Go ahead. We'll keep talking.
By the way, 2 weeks ago, I drove right past the Coventry exit and what I call all Hartford, Connecticut. That's just how I see it. But I live in cornfields of Ohio. All right.
Yep. I heard you
were. I drove past it. I waved. I hope somebody saw me.
I think they did.
Okay, I'll be back.
Yep. So Ember she got groomed yesterday. So she's all nice and pretty. She got her little kerchief on. And Liz, who does all the grooming for me with my dogs and any of the fosters I bring in, said she did wonderful. She stood right there and allowed her to trim her nails, to blow dry her, to wash her. She did wonderful. And she got all gussied up. And then this next Saturday, so I think it's the 13th, she will be going in for her vaccinations and her spay. So she'll be all good to go by the time she gets up to her new home at TMP.
Where all does TNP adopt out to? Like what areas?
They are up in the New England states, but we have adopted out to Pennsylvania. We have a lady that's in the New Jersey area, I believe, that takes care of the New Jersey and the PA area. But I guess anywhere, I'm guessing, if Chrissy or Annette are watching, please chime in. Melissa, I'm going to guess if their application's, approved and they get a home check done, then I would say as long as everything is good to go, then I would guess almost anywhere, as long as they're willing to do a drive up to TMP to get the dog.
Okay.
We've had people drive up from, up to Connecticut, like 6 or 7 hours away, to pick up a dog in the past. So I would imagine probably almost anywhere, providing that, the home check and everything is good to go.
Okay.
So she's a really good girl. She's really sweet. She was taken in. She was bought from a breeder when she was just 10 weeks old. And they have a farm, and they had a Pyrenees, and they wanted Ember to help on the farm with the Pyrenees. Well, she's not a farm girl by any means. So I saw that she was local. She was right in the same town that I'm in. And I reached out and was able to get her. And, she's great with my 4 guys. I have 3 males and a female, and they all get along great. I've got 4 cats as well. She could care less. Steve did make the video, and there is a frame in there where Barney, my black and white cat, and Ember are fairly close, and she could care less. So I do know that Kathleen has cats, so I don't think you're going to have any issues with that at all, Kathleen. When they do run, she'll kind of go after them. I mean, not like after them, but curious as to where they're going. But she's called off very easily. She sits. She doesn't really stay very well because she has to be right up your butt whenever you're moving. So I've tried to take videos and tried to take pictures and stuff. And, all right, stay, Ember, stay. And as soon as I take 2 steps back, man, she's walking right with me. She's like, I'm not staying away from you. But she's got a little bit of an anxiety when she's left alone. When I first got her, her chin bib area would be always, just constant wet. You would never see her drooling, but when you pet her, she's always wet. So she has since does not do that anymore. But I did take her down to our Legion, like I do most of the fosters, to get them socialized and to see how they do.
And drunk.
Dragged me down, Steve. Her and Ruben. But she did good. She loved the attention, but I did notice that her chin got a little bit, wet again. So she did have a little bit of an anxiety issue. And apparently yesterday at the groomers, they put her in one of the rooms while they were bathing the other dogs. And when they went to get her out, she kind of chewed a little bit of a hole through the plywood that they had to tack on the door from other dogs doing that. So I did let Kathleen know that.
Tell Ember that, ask Ember, just tell her plywood's good.
Yeah. It's fiber, right? They need fiber in their diets.
Why is it that every Newfoundland I've ever seen or ever met, when they tilt their head sideways, their tongue falls out?
I know. Isn't that something? And hers is constantly out. It's almost like it's twice the size of her head.
Jelly Bean was like that.
She was. Yep. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And
well, we got her video up here, and I want to play her video because that could bring up more questions, right?
Okay. Real quick.
It is going to bring up
that,
a question.
Do you see Rip in the background laying on his bed?
Yes. Yeah. Now, Rip's a Landseer Newfoundland, right?
Yep. Rip's a Landseer. Yep.
Okay. Landseer is the name of an artist.
It is?
Did you know that, Lori?
No, yeah. I did not know that.
Wow. You need to research your breed a little more, huh? I'm a Pyrenees guy, and I knew that.
Yeah, you're right. You give me a lot of useful information. Not useless, useful.
Well, he has sometimes stuff too.
Right?
He's got both. Yes, he does. You're right.
All right. Well, I'm going to play her little video because I made it, and
okay.
And it came out all right. Short notice, and Lori just didn't have her long enough to have a lot of information at that time. Okay.
Correct.
So, so we made a silly little video.
Yep.
So, what are your colors that you recommend your visitors wear or don't wear because of the colors of your dog?
Well, I have, for those of you who tune in for the first time, I have 2 Pyrenees and I have 2 Newfoundlands. So I wear black and white plaid a lot.
There you go.
Blends right in.
And that clears that up. That
Yep,
was the burning question.
exactly. Yep.
We have
Yep.
fun here in the rescue show.
Yep.
Lori.
The Newfoundlands add color to our show, okay?
That's
Because
right.
usually we have a
There
bunch
you
of
go.
white dogs.
So Ember's now been adopted, but if someone was interested in a Newfie, where's the best place? Because I noticed on y'all's website, y'all don't keep photos of your current dogs. Where would someone go to find out what dogs are currently available?
If you're on Facebook, they do post the dogs when they come in to the rescue. Right now, with Kathy not being here anymore, Eddie is trying to keep it to just one dog at that Newfoundland place. So we're trying to keep it to one dog unless I take one in and keep one here. And then we have Nancy, and I believe Nancy's in New Jersey. She has one. So he tries to keep it kind of small, but anytime you're looking for a Newfoundland, just send an application to that Newfoundland place, and don't wait until we feature a dog or show a dog on the Facebook page, because they have a lot of applications and they have a lot of dog families that have adopted previously from TMP that have already been home checked and approved. So a lot of them obviously are looking for, a 1-year-old female or 2-year-old female or some like senior. So when we get certain dogs in, a lot of times they will have already kind of know, that they already have a home for them.
There's a white one.
Get another dog that we haven't really vetted yet or have a home for. So that's Aspen. That's one of my fears. So as you can see, they make themselves right to home. Ember was up there earlier. So
and Ember could care less if he was there, approach or what.
Yep,
she's
really good. They had
now,
a little.
Let's go back to that Newfoundland place. There's one thing that you got to realize: that Newfoundland place has more adopters than they do dogs.
Exactly. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
You're exactly right.
That's your biggest difference right there.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So they do have a lot of apps on file. They do have a lot. It's just obviously trying to get the dogs in. And like I said, when Kathy was around, they would take in multiple dogs. But Eddie's by himself up there. He has, and I'm probably off by the numbers. I know not too long ago they had like 11 sanctuary dogs. Mm-hmm. And they also do feral cats. They have a couple.
So he's not alone. I mean, he's got dogs. There's no doubt.
Yeah. He's not alone by any means. No.
Yeah, he's surrounded in love.
Yep. So they also have a couple of black labs that they own with their vet. They have a few. They have a cow. They have, you name it.
You see where the cow could get confused as a Newfie?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes. But the cow is brown. She's a tanner color. So.
Well, wait a minute. What about the brown Newfies? Isn't there a brown Newfie?
There are brown Newfies. Well, Cosmo.
Okay, see? I rest my case.
Yep, you're right.
But I like Rip. I like the Landseer. I like their colorings. I like the contrast of the colorings. They're just amazing.
Yep, and he's
other than that, personalities are similar. Now, it said in the video that she sucked on the farm. Okay, typically these are search and rescue dogs, not livestock guardian dogs. Exactly. They have been used over the years periodically as guardians, but well, just like Ember's, as God is her witness, she thought the chickens were for dinner.
And I find that hard to believe, because She's has not gone after the cats at all. I have birds all over the yard. I haven't.
You don't have chickens per se in an environment, but you have birds everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. All right. But
And
I'm
she
really
doesn't kill them. But
Nope.
chickens are unique. You can't buy a buzzard to go eat it for chicken dinner at Kroger. Okay.
very true. But yeah, she I guess they got her as a to help their Pyrenees on the farm, and it just didn't quite work out. So they were hoping that they could
Right.
find her a better home.
In case they're listening, next time your Pyrenees help, get another Pyr.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Get
And there
another
are enough of
LGD.
them out there that need
Oh,
home.
God only knows that.
Yep.
Just ask the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. They'll tell you. And that's just one of the rescues, one of the larger rescues.
So,
So,
Cheryl,
wow.
when you said one of your puppies was a chunky monkey, this one's a chunky monkey too, and she's super powerful. So I'm not sure how much she weighs yet until she gets vetted next week.
She gives kisses, though.
She does, and she's solid, man. When I put her on her lead, when she's ready to go, she's ready to go.
Now, how old is she, did you say? She'll be 2 in January?
Yep, she'll be 2 in January. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And Cheryl
sweetheart.
escapes.
Yep, she's a sweetheart.
Now,
But yes, they do have other dogs. So if you're looking for a Newfoundland, send your application in. Don't wait until you see one that you like, because chances
you got to
are-
request an application at that Newfoundland place.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. And yes, Kathleen, be ready. She's very cuddly. Yeah.
Sometimes we call that needy. So your first few months, that'll probably be needy. And then after that, you're going to wish she was still needy, probably.
Yep.
Well, she's gorgeous. She looks like a Newfoundland.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sitting on her dog bed, so that's why she's.
Is
like, get
that
off
similar
my
to
bed.
tying a pork chop around your neck, get the dog to play with you?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you got her on the show and to stay with you and everything. And look at Rip behind you. He's one handsome dude, isn't he?
Yeah. Hey,
Wow.
Ripper. Hey, Rip. Hey.
Yeah, get him to look this way. There he is.
Come here.
Now, how old is Rip now?
Not you. You had the spotlight. He will be 4 in April.
Wow. Where's
I
time
know,
gone?
hard to
I remember
believe.
when you could hold him.
I know. Yep. But he is. He's definitely come a long way. He's a good boy. He's right up my butt most of the time as well. And just I think he kind of took over when I lost Remy.
Okay. And it sounds like that. Now, Melanie made a comment one time that it seems like the bigger the dog, the better chance they're a lap dog. Is that the way it is with Newfoundlands too?
Oh yeah. Yep. And he likes to jump up if I'm laying on the couch. He has to get in, and he tries to fit in between the back of the couch and me. And so I have to keep scooching.
Wait a
to the
minute.
edge.
That's the law. They don't want to break the law.
Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, he's a good boy too. So, and they all get along.
Right.
As you can see, I've got 5 dogs here, and they're all just chilling and mellow and could care less.
Yeah. Now that Newfoundland place is that's exactly what their website is. That newfoundlandplace.org. And you won't see many white dogs there unless you get to go there, and you'll see one as you enter. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Yep. And but
now,
that one
is there, they have a Facebook group that is public.
Yep.
Is anyone allowed to join that since it's public?
I believe so. They censor it pretty good. But it is a public.
But what you get is a lot of Newfoundland people there that's adopted from that Newfoundland place, and you get some really cool information there, and stories and antiques and stuff like that. And some sad. Anytime you got a giant breed dog, you're going to have the sad stuff too. So you'll get posts on dogs they've lost. All right.
Yeah.
And but that's anywhere. So there's a possibility that you can join that that Newfoundland Place group there. That's a public group.
Yeah.
Anybody
So I
can see it. Okay.
I don't know if you remember, I had briefly touched on it maybe a year ago. There was a gentleman that has adopted from that Newfoundland Place in the past, and he had gotten a Pyrenees, and his Pyrenees was
I remember
really
the
good.
story.
Yep, really good buddies with his Newfoundland, and Ben ended up having his ACLs torn, and he had one of them done, and then Ben tore his other one, and he just couldn't afford to take care of it. So he kind of put a little post out and said, Shelby's going to be losing her buddy, and we can't afford this, and blah blah blah. And long and short, Kathy reached out and said, nope, we'll help you out with that. Ben needs to stay with Shelby. So they don't just adopt dogs out. They've helped multiple people keep their dogs. There was a family of all, the mother and the kids were all deaf. So every time they would let the dogs out, the dogs would bark to come back in. Well, the neighbors were having issues with that. And the family didn't know because they were all deaf. So Kathy and Eddie bought fencing, took fencing, a doggy door, and put fencing up in the back with the doggy door so the dogs could go in and out on their own and not have to worry. So Kathy, when she was around, and Eddie still to today, they do whatever they can to help people keep their pets as well. Pay for vetting, pay for, food, grooming, whatever. So it's not just let's adopt a dog to a family. Let's help keep the dogs in families where they are.
And that's amazing. And they have a fund like that. Now, I'm not sure it's at the bottomless pit or anything like that, but they have a fund if you need help, and reach out. There's a possibility. Yep. And there's other places also. Okay.
That's what
They're
I was
not
just
the only
say.
ones.
Yep. There are
you know
other
what? I should generate a list of the ones I know of.
You should.
Yeah, you should, Steve. People don't know that there's the resources out there that help you keep your
fact. I think I do have a list here. You guys talk. I'm going to see. I think it's on the desktop of this laptop. So let me go see if I got it.
Okay. Yeah. Anytime. Mel, they're adorable, getting along so well, and look at her. Made herself right.
Now you're making me look. I'm trying to get this file.
Lydia and Cassie have become very fast friends.
Oh, that's perfect. And the cat could care less too, so that's awesome.
The cat mostly this cat, we have two cats. This cat mostly likes the dogs. Now, Lydia's a little hyper for him because Lydia thinks that the 8-pound cat should play with the 100-pound dog, and the 8-pound cat is not as interested in that.
And how old is Lydia?
Lydia will be 2 in February. So she's
nice.
She is.
Congratulations. She's beautiful.
She definitely still gets into things she should not. We have to keep an eye on her. Where your clothes will have holes in them because she'll go dig through the laundry basket.
Nice.
I do have it.
Look, good job, Steve.
I didn't create that.
She's still a puppy, and she's still testing her boundaries.
Yeah. But she's a good girl.
Perfect.
And how old is she again?
She'll be 2 in February.
Boy, she's still a puppy, and make no mistake. Look at the size of that puppy. Okay?
Yeah.
100-pound puppy. She was 99.7.
Wow.
And that's not unusual for the breed.
No. Hey, Rebel.
So Laramie and Laredo and Laney, they could be humongous because they're big now.
They are big now. Yeah. Yep.
Boy, I tell you she did adopting her.
She is pretty.
Lady. Now, Lori, you've never actually adopted one of your fosters, have you?
No, I have not. No.
So how do you do that? Because I hear all the time people say, I can't foster because I'll adopt every one of them. But you fostered a lot of dogs and you have not adopted. Melanie has adopted a lot of dogs. Technically, that wasn't her foster.
No, we specifically did a foster to adopt with Lydia.
Right.
We knew
And
we
that's
were
an
looking to
adoption.
Okay.
But Lori, you haven't adopted any of your fosters. So what do you say to folks that say that I can't foster because I'll adopt them all and I can't do that?
So good point, Steve, because I get asked that a lot, and I get the, oh, you're getting rid of that dog after you've had it for 6 weeks, or how can you do that? But I'm going to say almost all of the dogs that I have fostered have come from pretty yucky situations. Jelly Bean
That's
and
not
Val.
unusual.
Yep. Nope, it's not. Some are just surrendered and for whatever reason. But all the ones that 90% of the ones that I picked up have come from pretty yucky situations. And when I see the yucky situation, Jelly Bean, we're going to keep going back to her classic example. She was a year and a half old, maybe 2, had never been out of her home. She was born during COVID. She was never at a vet. She never got in a vehicle. She was kept in a tiny little area. She went from that to climbing into my Jeep to coming here, meeting other dogs, to now she's living in New Hampshire, swimming, going on vacation.
And getting along well with children now, too.
She gets along great with children, too. So that, to me, is huge, knowing that I helped a dog come out of their shell and live their best life. So that's why and how I do it.
And if you remember when we had Clementine on the show, that was Jelly Bean.
Yep.
And they discovered that she wasn't doing well with children. All right.
Yep.
And because children put off weird emotions sometimes, and dogs have a hard time processing through that. And when they can't process it, they're going to go into like a survival response. Stay away from me. Except they don't have our vocal cords. They have theirs. Okay. Yep. So never confuse communication with aggression. And that happens all the time. Right. We confuse attempting to communicate. I'm not comfortable with the dog being aggressive. They did not. Right. They recognized it.
Bless Amy.
They reached out for help
and working through it and not just calling it quits and giving her up. Yep.
That's right.
Yep. And they have since taken
the Great Pyrenees aren't even a lethal breed.
Right.
I mean, their first line of defense is intimidation, not maiming or killing. It's to intimidate. All right. Mm-hmm. And I don't have it up here, but I've got a video in the other studio of a Great Pyrenees backing off a grizzly bear that charged him.
Wow.
That's intimidation at its finest. Okay. Yep. But yet that gets confused with aggression all the time.
Yep.
You know, the word aggression and the breed Great Pyrenees shouldn't even be in the same book, let alone the same sentence. Okay. Always remember that. That's probably not aggression, what it is you're seeing. You probably misstep and your dog is just letting you know. But he doesn't have our vocal cords. Okay.
Right.
So, wow, what a show. We don't have to run overtime today, huh? Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. I see that, Cheryl. Cheryl is letting us know that she lost connection. Yeah, you get too far away from the router. Some phones, you're on too long. They've got a way of hanging you up. All right. But you did good, and we hope you come back. Okay.
Yeah. Great job, Cheryl.
Oh, yeah. And next week, well, I don't have a clue what's going on. Right? But I do know that something's in the works. Somebody's reached out to Santa Claus again.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. And that's in 2 weeks?
That's in 2 weeks.
That's
December 21st.
In 2 weeks.
Awesome.
So you don't want to miss the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society headquarters dogs physically getting Christmas gifts from Santa Claus.
Aww.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be very cool. Yep.
Yeah, well, guess what? It's happened in the past.
Yep.
So
as it should. They all deserve a nice
and we appreciate Santa. We know how busy he is, especially that time of year, taking time out for the Great Pyrenees. And I think that's very stand up of him. Thanks, Santa.
Thank you,
All
Santa.
right, everybody. Now, next week, we have one dog on, but I can't remember who it is now. So far, we're going to,
Peter.
we won't do this to our guests next week. Maybe, you never know, Melanie might have fostered by then. Nah, that'd be a little too soon. You don't need a foster yet. You
No,
gotta get her
not
some-
yet. We need to finish getting everyone acclimated and get
Yeah.
through the holidays.
The fosters that have multiple foster dogs, other than Stephanie Boyd, but Stephanie is the Skippy Skippins lady. All right.
Oh, yep.
So, and she just saves dogs. All right. That's just it. Her and Jason save dogs. And whether it be a Great Pyrenees or a poodle, it doesn't matter. Well, maybe not a poodle. Well, maybe not a pug. I don't know. But they save dogs because all dogs deserve a chance. All right.
That's right.
And that's her
Yep.
philosophy. And
Yep.
we'll be getting her on again here shortly after the first of the year. And because by now she's rotated out everybody and got some new ones, maybe have some long-termers. It's hard to say, but that's just how it is. Doesn't make it something wrong with the dog. It just makes it adoptions it just wasn't right person for the dog because they deny more than they accept on applications, just like any rescue. All right. Just because adoptions are down, don't forget they're picky on who they send their dogs to.
As it
Because
should
the last
be.
thing they want to do is send them back to something that could be familiar with what they came from. Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
And that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means it's something familiar that the dog might be able to recognize. And make no mistake, the Great Pyrenees will recognize it. So, because they're smart. Too smart for their own good, aren't they, Lori?
That's right. Yep, for
All right,
sure.
everybody. All right, everybody. See you next week. With
Thank
a
you very
dog,
much.
I know we'll have one dog. I can't remember who it is. That's all.
Okay.
Bye now.
Bye, guys.